Prosciutto. It's one of those ingredients I just cannot do without. Whether it's a toasty or a pizza or a braise or anything like that, a salad. It's just fantastic. Today, I'm going to be cooking with these beautiful little quails, a prosciutto wrapped roasted quail. Gorgeous little dish, really good for a dinner party. And we're going to be using this primo, thinly sliced prosciutto. So what we've got here is our stuffing ingredients. It's carrot, leek, fennel and some red onion. I've just pulsed this in a food processor really quickly just to get it nice and fine. Now the reason for doing that is quail is really small, so you need it finely chopped, and also we need to cook it through. Because the quail cooks really quickly, you want this stuffing to be partly cooked before you put it in. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter in a pan. This is over a medium heat. Just want to mix that around and get it cooked through. Okay, this has a little bit of colour on it now. It's almost done. A little bit of salt, a bit of black pepper. Finish that off. So it's got a little bit of colour on it. It's cooked through. So that one's done. What we're going to do now is make a little bit of flavoured oil. And what that does is just add another depth of flavour to this dish. A little bit of olive oil in a pan over a medium heat. We've got some of this beautiful primo prosciutto that we've just roughly chopped. Let's add that to the pan. And what that's going to do is render down a little bit and release a lot of its flavour into this oil. Then we'll add a few other things and we can get on with constructing this dish. This is going to take about 3 minutes, and what we want it to do is release its juices and get nice and crispy. This is looking nice and crispy now. You can see the oil's getting a bit of the colour of the prosciutto in there. Take it off the heat. Add a little bit of thyme. That's going to pop a little bit. And then we're going to grate some lemon zest in here. And what that's going to do is just freshen it up and give a nice zing. That smells so good. Okay, so we'll just put that aside now, let it cool, and then we can go and stuff these little quails and get them into the oven. Okay, our stuffing's done, our oil's flavoured, now we've just got to stuff these little babies. Let's take the quail, sit it head down, open it up a little bit, get a bit of seasoning inside of there. We're going to put 2 to 3 spoonfuls of this stuffing in. Now it's still slightly warm. You don't want to put cold stuffing inside because it won't have enough time to heat up and cook through properly, so never stuff anything with something cold. A few spoonfuls in there, get it nice and packed in so that stuffing's nice and dense. Okay, it's nice and plump now. Now, these beautiful bits of prosciutto, we're going to wrap those around the quail. Now quail is a really small bird and it's basically got no fat on it, so the reason for putting this prosciutto around is one, to keep it moist, and also impart a lovely bit of flavour to it. So we just wrap that around. It's like a protective little blanket for it. Okay, and now we need to truss it up, which is basically tying it up with string so it stays in a nice even form. So when it cooks evenly. You basically just wrap the string around the front, push the back legs in, bring that string around, and tie it up. Not too tight, just kind of medium pressure. Okay. And there we go, a beautiful little quail. So we've got 3 more of those to do, and then we can get it into the oven. So our quails are now stuffed and wrapped in the primo prosciutto. What we can do is bake them. So I'm going to line a baking tray with some baking paper. Really good little trick here is to screw it up like this. Open it up. And it actually will take the shape of the tray a whole lot easier than trying to stuff it in there. So what I need to do is just put the 4 of those in. Just line them up. I put them head to tail, just so they fit snugly together. Okay, that's looking great. Now, this oil we made earlier, it's infused with the flavour of the prosciutto, a bit of thyme and a bit of lemon. That's just going to add another depth of flavour. So basically what we want to do is just spoon that over, moisten that up a little bit and really start getting those flavours going. Alright, we're done. That is looking rather nice. Tiny bit of salt over the top. Good crack of pepper. Now we're going to pop that into the oven for about 15 minutes and away we go. Okay, the oven's been preheated to 180 and these little babies are ready to be cooked. Oh yeah, these babies are ready. All I'm going to do now is just brush them with a little bit of the cooking liquid that's down at the bottom. It's all got all the beautiful flavours of the prosciutto and the lemon and everything. I'm just going to brush that on. Now what we're going to do is we'll just cover that and let it rest for another 15 minutes because that lets everything relax. Then we can serve and we're good to go.